With Sideshow Collectibles' release of J. Scott Campbell's comiquette, it does come into 3 different pieces. The first piece was Mary Jane, second piece is Gwen Stacy, and third piece is Spiderman. Now, today's review is Gwen Stacy since I just received her about a week ago. We are looking for the final piece, Spiderman, to be released of July of 2014. For the polystone statue of Gwen Stacy, this statue was limited to 4,000 pieces. And for that, we'll go into some of the box art as well as some of the features of the actual statue itself. The statue does come in 3 pieces. You get the base, the actual statue, and the top of her Spider-Man umbrella. So let's review, shall we? I have always been a fan of J. Scott Campbell. I remember reading a lot of his comics, especially Gen 13 of 1994-1995. And ever since his release of Danger Girl, I've been fascinated on his drawings of the lovely ladies of all comics, such as Marvel and DC. Now, for the Gwen Stacy box art, as you can see, it has lovely range of pastel-like colors and spiderwebs to create that essence of Gwen Stacy walking gently in the rain. Now, for the actual box art, on the sides, you just get pretty much the pastel. And on the back, you get the Spider-Man logo, as well as Campbell's signature, showing his collection from Sideshow. Now, as I stated before, that this piece was released into 4,000 pieces. And I have number 342 out of the 4,000. So still a pretty low number, especially looking at a high range of the mass production it has. Now, here we have the lovely Gwen Stacy, who is the second piece of the J. Scott Campbell collection from Sideshow. Now, with the Gwen Stacy figurine, it is actually larger than the Mary Jane. Gwen Stacy is around 15 inches in height and about 8 pounds. Now, as stated earlier, it does come in 3 different pieces. You have the base, you have the figurine itself, and you have the top of her umbrella, which is removable. Now, as you can see on the base, they try to get the nice water rainy effect by adding some swirl paint with some shininess to the actual paint itself. And of course, we have the raindrop effect. Now, with the raindrop effect, it is plastic and it is pretty sturdy. One of my fears is some of these might break off over time, or if you're not too careful taking it out of the package, but luckily haven't had any issues with that. Now, with the actual Gwen Stacy statue itself, the blending of the colors is amazing. I have seen different statues with some little flaws, but I really haven't seen any with this particular statue. Now, what I really appreciate with Sideshow is not only do they try to get the effect of the actual art to statue form, but as you can see within the statue, they create parts of patterns of the clothing, and then they take the paint to make it look like it's moving in motion. So you get that nice 3D effect for it. Now, with any statue, I'm always worried about little things that could easily break off, such as fingers, little pieces of clothing, and so forth. Now, because it is a polystone statue, it is a lot heavier and a lot thicker, so it's pretty sturdy. Now, with little parts such as her trench coat, you have the bottom right here, which is sort of flexible. Now, the other parts not so much, so you just have to really be careful, especially when you're trying to clean or maybe position the statue itself. I usually have mine on a really high shelf where usually no one can get to them. Now, again, with the paint, I love how they do the different colors to look like it's within movement, and when itself, it's actually just part of the statue, especially when you get into the shirt area and the skirt area. Now, I know my camera's kind of hard to see, and I do apologize, but the facial expression is just fantastic along with the paint. And she's just looking down and smiling like she does not have a care in the world. Got some lovely hairpiece. And of course, you have the umbrella, which does move. Now let's take a little closer look of the back of the umbrella. And of course, What's on the back of the umbrella? Of course we have to integrate Spider-Man. Because if it was just a regular umbrella, no one would know who this actual statue belongs to. What is she doing here? Now, as you can see on the umbrella, we still have the rain effect. So you still have a little bit of the plasticness to create that effect that she's walking in the rain. Paint, again, wonderful. Movement's great. And it stays in place pretty easily. Haven't had any issues with it. And again, just a wonderful piece in the collection. I was very excited when I got her at my work, and when a lot of my coworkers found out what I had, they wanted me to open the box right then and there, and I'm like, not a good idea. I'm just going to wait till I get home and I'll send you guys some pictures. But I cannot wait until the Spider-Man release, which I'm pretty sure he's going to be taller than Gwen Stacy. And that will complete my collection. Now, one thing I am looking forward to, I did notice on the Sideshow Collectibles website, that he will be releasing Black Cat, which will be very interesting and will probably break my wallet because, of course, I have to have it. Well, that is my review on the Gwen Stacy. On a scale of 1 to 10, based on the actual figurine, artistic concept, colors, sculpts, I would have to say this is about a 9.5, easy. And I am very, very proud to have her as part of my collection. Now, if you are interested in purchasing Gwen Stacy, she is still available on Sideshow Collectibles. And right now, like I said, she is limited to 4,000. Now, a lot of people tell, hey, you might want to wait, maybe it'll go down in price. With it being a Marvel and Spider-Man collection, along with J. Scott Campbell, it can go either way. But to give you an idea, that the Spider-Man figurine is now sold out. And if you would like to have the figurine, they do have a waitlist option for anyone who maybe cancels their order or maybe payment doesn't go through. But if you do not want to risk on missing out and you would like to collect all 3 of them, I suggest you go ahead and order whenever you can. Now, with this Gwen Stacy statue, it is $269.99 plus tax and shipping. Roughly, I believe I paid around $289. So you definitely get your money's worth. And for anyone who collects any type of statues, comics, figurines, should be a lovely part of anyone's collection. I want to thank you for stopping by and looking at my review of the Gwen Stacy Sideshow Collectibles J. Scott Campbell comiquette statue. And please leave any comments or recommendations, and I will be happy to look at that. Thank you very much, and have a great one.